Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Frankie. I am the Health Expert Ambassador for FemFresh, and each month I host a Women's Health Wednesdays where I break down some of the myths about women's health and sort of bust some taboos. This month we're talking all about period care and talking about the subject of how much you should clean your intimate area during your period. This is something I was really keen on making a video about because unfortunately lots of women still see their period as this dirty time of the month, and that's categorically not true. Yes, it can be a little bit messy and a bit inconvenient, but I really don't want young girls growing up thinking of their period as dirty or shameful and feeling like they have to excessively cleanse, because that can actually lead to irritation and also a bit of self-consciousness, which I'm really keen to avoid. So let's get into it. So a period, also known as menstruation, is the time of the month where the uterus lining breaks down and it results in a vaginal bleed. Now, every woman's different in how long their period will last for and how often it will occur. For some women, this will happen regularly every 28 days, but a normal menstrual cycle can mean a period happens every 28 days up to around every 41 days. It can be influenced by lots of factors, such as whether you're on contraception or not, what kind of contraception you're on, or whether you have conditions such as polycystic ovarian syndrome, which I've covered in another video. And whilst every woman's menstrual cycle will be different and a different experience for them, it's one thing that we all have in common. So something I really wanted to talk about was how you should be cleansing during your period. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a hush-hush subject, and some women still see it as dirty and feel the need to excessively clean during their period. Now, what's important to note is that the vagina and the vulva has its unique microbiome of bacteria, which means all the bacteria live on the skin in harmony and maintain the optimal pH. The pH of the microbiome can be disrupted by lots of things, and I've talked about this in other videos, but the period and the menstrual blood itself is slightly more acidic. Now, what's important to know is that your body's prepared for this imbalance and can do things naturally to balance it. You don't need to excessively clean the menstrual blood away to try and keep it in balance. I've spoken before about female hygiene routines and how you should be cleansing the intimate area, but people have asked me how you should specifically be cleansing during the menstrual cycle and whether you should change things. And the simple answer is no, you don't need to change your cleansing routine during your period. It's recommended by the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists to cleanse once per day only. It's totally fine to cleanse with just warm water, but if you do prefer to use a wash, then it's important to use a pH balance wash. Now, FemFresh have this soothing wash, which is a great option to use during your period if you wish to use a wash. It's pH balanced, meaning it's not going to disrupt the pH and cause any unnecessary irritation. It also has aloe vera in it, which is very soothing, and you may feel a little bit more irritated down below during your period, so the aloe vera can be really soothing. It can be really tempting during your period to opt for heavily perfumed products to kind of freshen up down below, and I would really like to discourage you from doing this because perfume products or products that contain soaps can imbalance the pH that we've talked about lots before, and it can result in irritation and even sometimes infections such as bacterial vaginosis. So if you are going to cleanse, carry on as you would normally with either warm water or a pH balance wash. Now, something I want to touch on is the process of vaginal douching. Unfortunately, I still hear of lots of women still using a vaginal douche. If you don't know what douching is, it's the process of inserting water into the vagina to try and flush everything away. Now, this is a problem for two reasons. First of all, it implies that our vaginas are dirty or that menstrual blood is dirty. It's not. It's completely natural. The second is that inserting water to try and flush away everything in the vaginal canal can actually disrupt that harmonious microbiome of bacteria that I've talked about loads before. We really don't want to be cleaning the internal parts of our vagina. If you want to cleanse, you should be limiting this to the external areas such as the vulva. I really want to empower you to embrace your period and not see it as something that's inconvenient or dirty or something that you need to cleanse away. If you do wish to cleanse during your period, then please do so the way you normally would during the rest of your menstrual cycle and don't go overboard. It's really natural and nothing that you need to clean away. Of course, if you notice any changes to your period or any changes down below, I would advise you to speak to your own doctor about this. It's really important to get to know your own normal, and it's when you've noticed a deviation from your own normal that you should seek medical attention. My name's Dr. Frankie. I will be back next month with FemFresh on our Women's Health Wednesdays. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.